gentlemen, for the safety of our students and guests, Firelands Local Schools is proud to be 100% tobacco-free. At this time, we'd like to remind all our home fans and visitors that the use of any tobacco products, including any e-cigarettes during tonight's sporting event, is strictly prohibited anywhere on school grounds.
Yeah, no question about it, Bull. Again, you've got these two teams know each other very, very well. Obviously, this is a game that they've played many times in the past. And, you know, when you look at this game, you know, Vermillion, new head coach, you know, trying to install a whole new plan, a whole new way of doing things. But then on the other side, Firelands, kind of in the same boat. I think Firelands, that week one win on the road against a perennial state contender, really has put them, their confidence level at a high that I don't think many people thought they would be at this point, 2 weeks into the season.
No question about it. And we'll head on down to the sideline quickly here before the opening kickoff. Get a quick sideline report from Craig Cobb. Craig, what's going on down there?
Firelands number 42, Luke Peterson will be kicking off for the Falcons.
Well, how about that for a start? They do a little trickery on the kickoff, Bull, and obviously Firelands didn't see it coming. Great start for the Vermilion Sailors, and again, what a way to start off this rivalry game, but with a little trickery, and they're going to go 1st and 10 on the 28 of the Falcons.
1st down and 10 at the Firelands 28. Sensational field position with a great return by Jonah File. Seth Bird coming off a terrific performance last week. Come on out of the shotgun. He's got Zanoni behind him. 3 receivers bunched up on the near side. Tosco is left side. And we'll go to Zanoni. Breaks a tackle. He gets to the 25-yard line. And steps along the left edge.
Good start. You want to start establishing that run game early. Both coaches talking about winning the game in the trenches. And that's a good 3 yards in a cloud of dust. They'll go 2nd and 7.
Here in the first quarter, going from our right to our left. Ball line up on the
4-yard pickup on the play.
About 2 yards behind the pistol is Caden Zanoni. Bird will get the snap. He turns back. He fires this one across the middle.
You know what? The crowd's reacting to the big stick, but you know what? Nice catch in traffic. He knew that hit was coming, but he held on to it, and they're going to be 1st and 10 at about the 16-yard line. It'll go for a gain of 9.
Check that, Nick Denny.
Come out of the huddle, and they'll spread them out to 5 wide. 4 receivers, near side of the left. Bird will drop back, pressure coming, fires this one to the back of the end zone, looking for Luke Payne.
Third pass is incomplete.
I don't have an issue with that. Try to go deep, try to get something established in the passing game early. Not a bad idea. The nice thing about Seth Hurd right there is he threw it where only his receiver could catch it. That was not going to get intercepted. That's the last thing Vermilion wants here on this opening possession is a turnover.
It'll be 2nd down and 10. Ball line up at the 16-yard line of Firelands. Opening drive of the game for Vermilion. Still no score in this one. 3 receivers lined up on the near side. They can receiver lined up right side of the left. Bird drops back, fires left side. Pass is caught by File. Takes it inside of the 10-yard line.
First pass complete, number 4.
They're able to pick up 7 yards. They're setting up 3rd down.
Taken down to number 84.
One of File has been very active early on in this one. He had that big return to start the game. They will actually put that ball on the 10-yard.
Big play right here for Vermilion. The difference between 7 and potentially going for 3.
5 wide that set. Snap taken, the man in motion. It's Kane Zanoni. It's going to be a
Third ball carrier taken down by the entire Firelands defensive line.
Didn't like the play call there, really, Bull, this early in the game. They were being aggressive with throwing the ball. Those two slant patterns worked on the first possession, and then they try to go with a kind of a little bit of trickery on the quarterback draw. I thought either that handoff should have went right there to Dezzoni, or it should have just been a throw. I don't know if I like putting my quarterback in that position this early, and they're going for it. 4th and 2 from the 8. At least it looks like it as of now.
They've got the offense on the field. 4th down and 2 at the Firelands 8-yard line. They're going to do some shifting.
Oh, wow. Bad. Well, you know what? Maybe they were trying to draw Vermilion off sides there, but it certainly didn't work. And now instead of, again, going for it on 4th and 2, they're going to try to at least convert 3 here on 4th and 7 from the 13.
Let's go, block it! He's on for what would be a 30-yard field goal to try and get Vermillion on the board. Snap goes back, hold is down, a low kick, line drive, that one is on the way.
No good. And that's got to hurt Vermilion right there. You know, that great kickoff return. You get down to the 8-yard line on a 4th down and you can't convert. That Matt Coble and his coaching staff have got to be frustrated, because obviously that was a great opportunity right there for Vermilion to get on the board early here with 9:16 to go in the opening quarter.
So Firelands is going to take over their own 20-yard line. I think they're breathing a sigh of relief. I think they just got a bit of a bullet there. Snap taken, right snap, and it will take it past the 25-yard line. Slightly to 48, flag from the back of that play.
You're going to have a hold here, I believe.
Legs on the play.
Certainly it came right in the air, you were going to be able to see it.
Yep.
The hold, that's going to bring Firelands back. That negates what would have been a 10-yard.
Well, and plus now you got into that territory where, the ball was placed at the 13-yard line, so how far back are they taking this thing? Actually, you're right, it was at the 20, so now it'll be at the 10-yard line. So that's not good. If you're Firelands here early in this ball game, you're starting deep in your own territory. You got to be careful here.
So it's 1st down and 20 now. Firelands has it at their own 10. Not in motion, left foot Smagger, the receiver. Snap taken. They're going to get this one to Strader, goes right up the middle, and he runs
And so hands off to Nick Denny.
Defenders don't stop him for a loss of 1. They mark it at the 9.
No gain on the play.
They were prepared for that. They knew that was coming. I think Vermilion did their homework, and nice play right there, making sure that nowhere to go on that 1st down carry. And now it got a 2nd and 20, no gain.
Nice defensive snap by Firelands. Vermillion scoring on that first drive, which had so much promise. Now they're deep in their own territory. Mansick is the quarterback. We'll run out of the shotgun formation. Snap taken, and they're going to pitch this one to Denny. Denny's trying to get on the corner right side.
Nick Denny, your ball carrier around in.
That was the line of scrimmage when this drive
Picks up about 11 yards.
Down and 10.
Well, you know as well as I do, Bull, that Denny obviously is the most important player in this football game for either side, and I think that every time he touches the ball, Vermilion is going to have 2, 3, 4 guys looking to bring him down. There's not going to be much opportunity for Denny tonight to get in the open field, and you can bet that Vermilion, or I should say Firelands, is trying to find ways to get him the ball in the flat, get him the ball in open space.
3rd down and 10. Mansick, the quarterback, will clap his hands together. He gets the snap. He's being pressured. He escapes it once, trying to get out of another snap, but he can't do it. He gets taken down.
Mansick taken down in the backfield on run 14.
He was sacked. And he lost several
14
yards on that sack. Great pursuit.
Tyler Bath, I believe, was the guy that got him, number 57. And again, great pursuit right there by Vermilion, not giving up even though he was trying to get out of the pocket. And now Vermilion should have good field position.
Going to file back for Vermilion.
Peterson on the punt. Snap goes back, gets this kick away. Spot. What
a great play.
Peterson kicked down at the 29-yard line. Failed to take over 1st and 10.
Let's get our first sideline report of the game with Craig Couch. We'll set it down to Craig, who's down there on the Firelands sideline. Craig, what's happening down there?
Let's go defense! Sport football! Attack the ball! Go get it! Go get the ball back!
Now, the ball was down at the 29-yard line, and they haven't marked any yardage off just yet.
I don't know what they're doing. It's at the 29. I think are they picking up the flag? Because they certainly didn't enforce anything on that.
They did, so it's going to be 1st and 10 for Vermillion at the 29-yard line. This will be their second drive of the game. First drive stalled. Yeah. And ended with a missed 30-yard field goal. Bird has 3 receivers to the right, 1 receiver near side, wide to the left. Bird takes the snap, fires right side, ball by foul. Gets to the 33-yard line.
Again, not a bad first play right there for Vermilion. And Hurd has been very active here trying to get his ball to his receivers early on.
The flag that was thrown, the Fred was referring to, was a sideline. Next to the guys up there, cross back to the assist on that. That pickup is only about 3 yards. Well, 3.5 to be generous. Bird moves a man in motion left and flat.
Yeah, you got to give credit right there to that Firelands D-line because Zanoni was dead in his tracks and he had nowhere to go. And actually, it's a loss of 1, so that's going to bring up a 3rd and 8 now. And again, as Craig mentioned a few moments ago, this game won in the trenches, and so far both teams doing their job defensively.
5:45 to play. First quarter, no score between Firelands and Vermillion. It'll be 3rd down and 9 for the Steelers from their own 30-yard line. Ball resting on the right hash. Bird will take the snap, rolling out to his left. He's going to kick this for himself.
Big run by Tyler Bennett.
So he's
Quarterback keeper
bringing it 4th down.
That was just good defensive secondary work right there by Firelands Bull. He didn't really have any open receivers looking downfield, so he decided Hurd that was just going to take it himself. And good opportunity, good defense by Firelands, and again, we have a good one going on right now.
So the Sailors, Casper will be going to pump this one back deep to receive. Mason Rosinski and Brady Casper for the Firelands Falcons. Jonah File accepts the snap and he'll pump this one away. It's a wobbly kick, bounces at the Firelands 40. That's going to take a big bounce for the Sailors if it goes into the 30-yard line.
30-yard line, Firelands.
How about the special teams? Both special teams coming up big here with 2 good punts. That last punt pinning Vermilion at the 29, and this punt puts Firelands at the 30. Both punters so far having good success here. Great weather conditions tonight, by the way. Again, no real problems. A little bit of wind, but nothing here. Beautiful night for high school football in Northeast Ohio.
Better weather than you had in that cruise.
I don't want to go that far. We had a great time, and it was beautiful, but I'm blessed to be out of that Florida situation. Very, very scared.
Understood. Michael Bassett will take the snap. They're going to hand this one off to Strader. Strader bounces up the finger at the 30-yard line.
Bassett hands off number 9. Logan Ranger. 3-yard pickup.
You know, trying to get Strader going early and trying to kind of spring him as well. Good play there, though. Again, Vermilion defensive line getting a push, and that's why he couldn't turn the corner. He could have had maybe 5 or 6 if he was able to turn the corner just about 2 steps sooner.
We've got pair of receivers lined up on the left side. They move one in motion to the right. It's Mag. Snap is taken by Bassett to keep it across the right. Past the 35-yard line.
Bassett on the keeper. Close to a first down. We'll look for a spot.
Initially, they had spotted at the 40-yard line.
Just about a yard short.
Looks to be off the
That's long as third down.
Yeah, you're right. Boy, if I'm Firelands right here, though, I'm letting Banzik just take it right up.
Firelands,
So
timeout.
a timeout called by Firelands, and that'll give us a chance to send it down to the sidelines with Craig Couch. Craig, what do you have for us?
Line of concession stand is open, as is the apparel shop, band shop. Raffle tickets for the car that you can purchase up till halftime. Best odds you'll have in winning a car. $20 ticket. Next week, the Falcons are home again. 7-game kickoff against Brooklyn.
Great stuff before touchdown there on the sidelines, and they are indeed bring out a chain game.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, in that type of situation, Bull, you've got to at least take a look. I mean, there's just no reason not to, and I think they're going to end up getting. I do think he's short, but I don't think he's short by much. Yep. Yeah.
Official movement confirms.
Yeah.
Third and inches.
Well, now it's all going to be on this Vermilion defense to try to make a stop because, again, if you're Firelands, if you're O'Rourke, I'm just going to run a quarterback sneak right up the middle here. But these coaches sometimes know better than we do, as we know that all too well. There you go.
Landon Peterson, the ball carrier, ball scorer for Falcons, first down!
Yeah, that's the obvious call right there. He got 3 yards, or actually 2 yards, so that puts the ball 1st and 10 on the 41. Denny lined up to the right. They've got a man in motion going right to left. Bansick will take the snap. And he will give this one to Schrader. Schrader taking his right side. He's wrapped up at the 42-yard line. Nowhere to go.
Logan Schrader, the ball carrier.
Let's go, offensive line, let's go!
1-yard gain.
Midview up 7-0 on North Olmsted. 4:05 to go in the first quarter. Seamus Higley, a 62-yard touchdown to Ben Gendricks for the Midview touchdown in that one. And how about the Brooklyn Hurricanes? Can't win a game to save their lives, and they've already won 1 this year, and they're on their way to 2-1 record as they're up 14-0 on Lincoln West in the first quarter, down off Biddle.
Bansick on the keeper, about a 5-yard gain. Line up at 3rd and 5.
2 minutes, 30 seconds left in the opening quarter.
But you mix it with water, it turns blue and on the sideline. Pour it in the ground, and just like
Battle of the
churn up the ground a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
3rd down and 5 for Firelands at the lone 46-yard. Banks will take the snap, fires right side, caught by Denny.
Launches pass to Denny, looking for a first down. Oh, good.
Well, that's Denny, and that's getting him into the open field. And we've talked so much already, Bull, about how important of a player he is to this offense. But that time he got 7 yards and a first down, and it's just about getting him into the open field. I think if you see Firelands do that more often than not tonight, then he's going to have a big night.
Comes up under center. Takes the snap.
Logan Schrader following his lead blocker, John Paul Sr.
And that's the first, in my opinion anyway, really good push
5-yard push.
that Vermillion, or I should say Firelands had, and they're going to hurry up.
Schrader caught up to that field, no gain on the play. 3rd and 4.
only a gain of 1.
Well, that play was made by Trevor Boyd, the linebacker, because he got into the backfield. He didn't bring him down there, Bull, but he got an arm around him, and that really is what made that play. If he doesn't make that play right away, Strader may still be running.
That's the old saying, sometimes you don't make the tackle, but you can still make the play. So the third down is for
Let's go!
They send him in the motion right instead of making it.
Well, again, on third down, Matt Coble and this Vermilion Sailors team had better have a seeing eye dog on Denny because he's going to get the ball. There's no doubt about it in my mind. And you saw it right there. And that's the second straight first down on third down for Denny. I mean, that's just how important, again, he is to this offense.
No score in this one, just inside of a minute remaining. Get in trouble for feeling Manson has Strader behind him. Denny to his left. They'll reorganize some things up front. Waiting for the snap, he gets it, he gives to Denny. Denny sweeping right side, tripped up, falls down at the 27-yard line.
Denny tripped up and backfield.
They're everywhere. That's like
Big play by Zanoni again. You just got to do whatever you can to slow this kid Denny down. And he did a very nice job right there. Held him really to a gain of about 2.
Got the ball resting right between the 27 and 28-yard line. So it's second down for Firelands. This is the first time they've been able to drive inside the Sailors' territory, and they're going to let the first quarter explode.
That's an interesting move right there. You had 16 seconds left, and for whatever reason, Firelands just said, you know what? Let's let it run out. Interesting move right there.
We are scoreless after 1 here at Firelands.
And that's the end of the first quarter. Falcons 0.
On AMI.com, stream 2 with the AMI WWL weather.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the cheerleaders.
You can play 2 on the attack.
The varsity cheerleaders. Brianna
Okay.
Boyer.
Is that better?
Marlon Buckner.
I got your text, you all good?
Samantha Ives. Kayla Resinger. Angelina Smith. Anna Spiegelberg. Rachel Taddeo.
Nice.
Julianne Weber.
Oh, he's so on fire.
Julianne Weber.
Yeah, there was 6 touchdowns. You didn't get them?
No score after 1. As they said at the beginning of the second quarter, Firelands play from our right to our left. It'll be second down and 8. They have it at the Vermillion 27-yard line. Snap is taken by Bell.
Love the center ball carrier from first down Falcons. Not to be forgotten, Julianne Weber. Christine Whitaker. Jordan Wilson. Alexandria Zenda.
Bay and Fairview end of 1 in that one, 7-7. Bedford up on Garfield Heights, 12-0. They're already in the third quarter. That game starting early, and the Titans of Berea Mid Park up 14-0 on the Rangers.
Now, Blake Rucker will take the direct snap. He'll keep it himself. Trying to get
Blake!
Jason Blake Rucker, the ball carrier. Picks up 7 yards for second and 3.
And the thing with right now with Firelands, Bull, is they are not afraid to give it to a different player on almost every down. They're being very versatile, trying to get the ball to a different player, trying to spread the wealth on this offense. It's not all Denny, it's not all Strader.
They got the ball lined up at the 7-yard line. Still on the right hand. Second down and about 3. quarterback in this formation. They'll take the snap. Takes the give to Denny. Takes the snap. Takes it straight up the middle. He's up number 2.
Shaking blade on the keeper.
Did he get it? That was the 13th play.
Third down.
Yeah, it's been a good one.
3rd and 1.
This drive began. That they were going 30-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and short. It's 3rd down and 1.
You know, and maybe the philosophy of the Falcons is, as far as letting that first quarter clock run out with still 16 seconds to go, is, hey, if Vermillion can't get the ball, they can't score. I mean, in their mind, obviously they could get a defensive touchdown on a turnover, but they figure as long as we have the ball, we're in good shape.
Mansick back in as the quarterback. He's up under center. They're going to give this one straight up the middle. Yeah. Peterson out the 2.
If
you're Firelands, I don't see any reason right now to put the ball in the air. Just keep running the football. You're getting good yardage right here, and you're getting now a little bit of fatigue, I think, out of this Vermilion defensive line because Firelands' offensive line has had a good push here these last 4 or 5 downs.
It's the second time in a short yardage situation that they've given the ball to Landon Peterson. Mansick and company will break the 100. They'll come up under center. This guy is back to big guy. Mansick will take the snap. They give it to Peterson again.
What a drive. Luke Peterson, a big guy to bring down and 190 pounds, and he was able to barrel his way into the end zone and get that touchdown. Great drive for Firelands. That's got to be a little bit demoralizing to Vermillion right there because I feel like they were going head-to-head, but then you get that Peterson in the game, and he was able to do what he does best, and that's get a couple yards.
And the kicker is good. Touchdown by Landon Peterson. Extra point by Luke Peterson. Falcons are up 7-0 with 10-9 in the first half. Falcon Cheer would like to thank Chrysler Tires for the Single Shop Dance. The donation of the Tiger football thrown out tonight, as well as Mayo Masonry. Kickoff. Luke Peterson lining up to kick off for the Falcons. Back team for Vermilion, number 4, Jonah Powell.
Peterson will kick this one away. Low line right kick, bounces to the 27-yard line. Zanoni picks it up on 2 hops, takes it to the 25-yard line to the 30, and he will be dragged on left side at the 34. We have a partial flags flying in on this play, though, so we'll let the referees sort out.
Ball carrier taken down by host of Falcons, led by number 24, Garrett Tester.
Left-handed and he
Flag on the play against Vermilion.
that he couldn't see the ball. It crushed his face. It was never the same after.
Marches the ball back for a 1st and 10, starting at the 18-yard line.
Yeah, I agree. Can't keep your defense on the field for 16 plays. You're not going to get very far. And again, with those running backs that they have running the ball for Firelands, it's going to be a long night if they don't start playing better defensively.
Set third, take the shotgun snap, fires right side, caught by the screen. He's able to get the 20-yard line, twisted to the 20. At the 21, that'll be a big
Ball carrier taken down by Peterson, and Peterson. and Denny.
I mean, it feels like it's been forever since we've seen this Vermilion offense. That was a very nice long drive put together by Firelands. And again, they didn't go to the air very often. As a matter of fact, I think they had just one defense on that entire 15 play 70-yard drive.
Well, and according to my numbers, Vermillion's only run 8 offensive plays up until that last play. So with 9:25 to go in the first half, that was only their 9th offensive play. That's just not going to get it done.
9:15 to go in the second quarter. Hurd will take the snap. He's going to roll on to his left. He's in trouble. He will put this one out.
And the ball is intercepted. On number 10,
He forced that ball, Bull. I mean, he was running to the wrong side of the field, and he had to turn his body to try to make the throw. And Matthew Kovacs, the junior safety, just stepped right in front of it. He really didn't have to do a whole heck of a lot on that one.
On the 32, 31-yard line.
Mentioned that this is a pretty important drive, and that was a pretty important drive for Vermilion, trying to just get that defense a little bit adjusted. 2 plays in, they turn it over, so Firelands will have it at the Vermilion 31, ball resting on the right hand. Snap is taken. Vanchik's going to keep this one himself on the option.
Vanchik on the keeper.
29-yard line for a gain of 2.
The Brunswick Blue Devils are up 14-0 at the end of 1. They're playing Shaker Heights tonight. And the Highland Hornets with a 14-0 lead at the end of 1 over North Royalton. That game in North Royalton, their home opener tonight.
Indians at home for the first time in a long time. They're up 30-0 over the Baltimore Orioles down at Progressive Field.
Avon now up 14-6, by the way. 10:58 to go in the second quarter against Avon Lake.
Vanchik will take a step. Strader gets stood up in the backfield at the 30-yard line. That'll be a loss of
Menor and Glenville, by the way, tied at 7 apiece at the end of 1. But Menor now down in the end zone, or in the red zone, rather, of Glenville. Same thing, right? Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, so it's third down. It's never real big for Firelands. This rushing attack is something special.
Yeah, get to me!
They're opening at 7-0. Firelands on top of Vermilion. This is why the Strader to his left in the backfield. Takes the snap, looking left, dumps this ball.
Well, that one right there was great play action. He had the safeties come up. They both been on the play action. And really all he had to make sure he did was get it over the head of the 2 safeties. Once he did that, it was easy pickings for Ruffner to get into the end zone. The junior takes it in for the touchdown.
Peterson off the extra point, low snap. They're able to get down the kick.
With 7 minutes and 43 seconds left in the first half, Belfast 14, Steelers
Firelands having a fun so far. Falcons at 14-0. They got Vermilion, capitalizing on the Dean's first turnover, an interception by Matt Kovacs, and just a few plays later, a 30-yard touchdown pass from Michael Vanchik to Blake Ruffner. Luke Peterson has the ball teed up and they kick it back to Vermilion. Peterson will kick this one away.
Luke Peterson is kicked.
6-yard line, picked up by Zenona, 30-yard line.
Ball's down on the 34-yard line.
Now
Mr. Stillman is on the track, pulling the 5 finalists right now, if you can hear him.
Coaches down there roaming the Firelands sidelines. What's happening down there? Drive will begin at their own 33-yard line for the Sailors. Here in the second, they're moving from our left to our right.
Oh, there you go. Nice.
Receivers to our right. Takes the snap.
And the fifth one.
And boy, Maggie get the idea that at this point,
I want to say that's Sean Harris.
Yeah, and to me, Hurd should have thrown that ball a little bit sooner. He had Zanoni open in the flat a full 2-3 seconds before he threw the football. I think if he throws it a second quicker, Zanoni gets an opportunity to quicker move up the field, maybe get a couple extra yards.
They'll empty out the backfield again. 3 receivers to the left. Hurd has 5 receivers on the sideline.
And
Takes the snap. Now he steps up. I guess
after the band plays the format. One side is driving away with the 2017 Chevy Crew donated.
You know, though, on that play, Bull, you had 2 Firelands Falcons defensive linemen in the backfield before Hurd even got a chance to finish his drop back, and that's just not going to win at any time, and they're going to have a timeout on the field.
Do we have extra channels?
Just making sure.
Pull it out. Put it back in when he wants it.
After the timeout for Vermillion, we're looking at 3rd down and 7 for the Sailors.
We're down to 3rd down and 7 for the Sailors.
Here in the opening half.
Coming out of the timeout.
On the Cleveland Clinic gridiron clash. Andy Goldberg, Matt Lowe's up here. Craig Cox down at the sidelines. Snap taken by Hurd. He rolls out to his right. Takes him a nice
Throws the ball carrier. Pushed out of bounds by Landon Peterson. Chased by Richard Megger.
Again, just good secondary work right there by Firelands, and that's a part of the reason why he just had nowhere to go. Some quick scores from around the area. Olmsted Falls all over Westlake, 28-0 after the first quarter. What a big night for Olmsted Falls, a bounce-back game for them, and Westlake, a much better team than what they're showing after one quarter, down 4 touchdowns. That last touchdown, by the way, on a punt return.
Mason Rogozinski back at his own 30-yard line, ready to receive the punt. Jonah Fire will take the snap, gets this punt away. Wobbly kick, angling toward the near side. Rogozinski will fall for a fair catch, and he makes it.
Rogozinski, fair catches on the 35-yard line. For the Falcons, first down.
We'll send it out now to Craig Couch, who's down there on the Firelands sideline. Craig, what's happening down there?
Right. Richfield.
Yep.
Okay, one more score. Let's go, please.
Remarkably efficient last week, no question about that. Denny in motion to the right, they'll give it to Denny. Denny trying to get across the right edge, he gets past the 40-yard line, to the 45, and he is spun down.
And hands off to Denny for a 14-yard run.
Yeah, Denny's starting to get going here too, Bull, and that's even more dangerous for Vermillion, because again, once he starts running, I think Vermillion's in for a long night. 6:23 and counting to go here in the first half, and again, Falcons with that 2-touchdown lead and looking to build on it.
Tonight's Cleveland Clinic, Gridiron Clash, is of course brought to you by the Cleveland Clinic, getting you back to the game with expert sports health care. Call 440-204-7800. That's 440-204-7800 to make your appointment today. First and 10 for Firelands. They've got the ball resting at their own 49-yard line in the second quarter. Moving from our right to our left. Snap taken by Manson. Catches on the option, left side of straight. Straight takes it.
And six option to Logan Schrader for another Falcon first down.
And again, every play right now, you're starting to see more and more chunks of yards getting picked up by Firelands. And as I said, that's just not a good sign.
It is a good sign.
No question about it. They've controlled the clock.
Straighten him out, guys. That's a wonderful sign. That's a wonderful
Smash
sign.
and churn. Some slash and burn a little bit. Pitch this one to Strainer again. He goes left side and gets knocked down to the line.
Schrader taken down on the line scrimmage. No gain. Second and 10.
Firelands coming in, as you mentioned. I did. We were talking about it with Bubbles Insurance in a pregame show that we'd see a pretty steady dose of hit kick. What they're going to be the first couple games.
He's been saying
Two touchdowns as well for those first two games. And they've got the ball in his hands. He's done really well tonight. Play action fake. Manson fires this one. Down the middle. Nobody. Oh, that goes out of bounds. Ty Stillman, athletic director.
Manson catch
Might
completed
have been the
by
right play right there, though,
87.
as far as throwing that ball out of bounds. No reason to try to force a turnover here. You're already well in control. You're up 2 touchdowns. You got less than 5 to go in the first half. Just throw the ball away. Don't make a mistake right here. You're already on the 38-yard line. And while you've got a longer field right now at 3rd and 11, I'd say just 2 handoffs, you should be able to get it.
4:54 play, second quarter. Firelands up 14-0 on Vermillion.
Advantage to the guy. Got a 9-yard pickup. About a 4th and 2 for Falcons.
I think you go for this. Again, you're getting chunks of yards on every play for the most part running the football. I think you give it to the big guy. Let him go in there and try to get the maybe yard and a half that they need. You know, Peterson at 190 pounds should be able to get his way for at least a yard or 2 here.
It's 4th and 2 at the Vermilion, 31-yard line. Keep the offense on the field. Manson will come up on
Timeout.
the field. We have a timeout called by Firelands.
Timeout, Firelands. Firelands, timeout. For the safety of our students and guests, Firelands Local Schools is proud to be 100% tobacco free campus. At this time, we'd like to remind all our home fans and visitors that the use of any tobacco products, including any type of e-cigarettes during tonight's sporting event, is strictly prohibited anywhere on school grounds. We appreciate your support and would like to thank you for keeping our school stadium and surrounding grounds tobacco free. Firelands community would like to thank Joe Clement Chevrolet. The people of Joe Clement Chevrolet donated 2017 Chevy Cruze being raffled off within the hour.
Firelands up 14-0 on Vermilion. 4:15 to play, second quarter. We're looking at a pretty big 4th down play coming up here, Matt Logan.
Big play for Vermilion because, again, you want to try to reestablish some sort of control in the line of scrimmage if you're going to hang around here tonight. And, again, the way that Firelands has run the ball, no worry out of them to try to go for this 2-yard run here. Real quick score, Trinity and Oberlin. I heard some coaches' comments in the pregame on that one, on the pregame show on AM 930 WEOL. Trinity with a 14-6 lead there in the second quarter.
A late substitution along the offensive front for Firelands. Snap taken by Manson. He pitches it left side. Strader takes it straight to left side. Got it.
And again, smart play right there by Firelands. You run to the near side, you run towards your sideline. You're looking for a push out of that offensive line. That was an easy first down. Yep. Gassed.
That was great. Laying on their heels for most of this first half. Finally grab onto him. Full house backfield again. Banks it over center. Takes the step. Runs into his tailback. Strader, and Strader gets dragged out at the 30-yard line.
Miscue in the backfield.
Yes.
Strader taking down Carolina.
Somebody got confused on that one. I think maybe Strader ran the wrong way.
2nd and 12 for Falcons.
And that's a loss of 2, so it'll be
They
2nd
always
and
have
12.
good quarterbacks.
lot of the team using two. Congratulations. Done the best they can in this game to keep the ball out of the Seth River Company in that Vermilion Steelers offense.
And Vermillion got the ball to start the game. You remember that long kickoff return? They had to start the football game and got them in great position, and they were not able to get anything out of it.
You gotta believe the momentum certainly shifted after they were to force that midfield. Vanson will get the snap. We've got flags though before
Play on the play.
I think you got something on Vermillion here. I think you have an encroachment or maybe neutral infraction.
And they're going to call this against Firelands.
Or you have a false start on Firelands. That was my third option, but just wasn't able to get to it in time.
Second down.
Close enough. They give that.
Yeah, you know what? Give it the old college try.
Somebody will run that will move the ball back to the 34-yard line. Makes it second down on her second.
Smart football!
Vanson out of the shotgun. He's got 3 or 4 receivers bunched up on the right side. 4 whistles here.
Play on the far side.
On the far sideline. That's the Vermilion sideline. That might be the sideline. You saw one of those earlier.
Now you got something on Vermillion.
Sideline warning against Vermilion.
Second and long. Vanson takes the snap, drops back, dumps this one down the middle. The pass is knocked away and it's intercepted. It's picked off by Seth Hurd. Takes it to the 25, out to the 30. He gets drilled.
Innocent pass intercepted by Seth Hurd. Taken down by a host of help. There's a flag on the play.
I think the interception is going to stand. I think this is going to end up. Let's see here.
Hold.
Yeah, you got to hold on Firelands, so that
Firelands.
interception is going to stand.
First down for the Sailors.
21-6. On top of it. That's the game on score. Twice to the 11. Seth Hurd with a big interception for the Vermilion. 56 to go here in the second quarter. Huge pick to try and shift the momentum in this one.
You have a triple
So Hurd will have King Zanoni behind the kickoff formation. He's got a receiver to his left, 3 to his right. They'll run the option left. Pitch goes to Zanoni. Zanoni gets across the 35. Gets out to the 30.
Third pitch to the Zanoni, taken down by Matthew Kovach. Be about a 5-yard gain, second and 5.
After this next play, we'll send it down to Craig Couch on the sidelines to see what he saw on the interception. Tries to capitalize on that huge turnover. He's lots of others here on the rear side of the right. Snap taken by Herman. On the opposite, the right side. They pitched it back.
Loose ball on the ground. Recovered by the Sailors. Loss of yardage on the play.
What's happening down there?
Third and 11. 2 minutes left in the half. Immediately following the halftime show will be the drawing for the car.
Looking at third down and 11 here. The ball here at 33-yard line. Empty backfield. Back to pass.
Incomplete pass. Broken up by number 84.
And again, that play really wouldn't have mattered. I mean, big deal. He would have maybe had about 4 or 5 yards, and they still would have had to punt the football here. So, again, great defense by Firelands. Don't forget, they held Vermillion to 3 points in the matchup a year ago. It was a 21-3 game. We had it here on AM 930 WEOL, our radio game last year.
Ready to pump this away for the signal. Mason Ragazinski back to receive. The snap will go back to File. Get this punt away. Good pump. That'll go all the way back to the 35-yard line. Takes a big Vermilion.
File kick down the 25-yard line. Falcons to take over. First and 10. You have 1 minute, 22 seconds left in the half. leading 14-0 over the
Now,
Sailors.
this Vermilion offense right now, and they just haven't been able to do anything against this Firelands defense.
No, and again, I think right now, if you're Firelands, again, you got a $122. Try to get down the field, try to make it a 3-score game. I mean, that's really what you want to do right here. And again, their bread and butter all night has been running the football. They've been doing the misdirections. They've been running the sweeps with Denny. I mean, anything to try to create some havoc in that offensive backfield. And they've been able to get a great push. Their offensive line has really been the story, I think, tonight here so far.
Banks have got one for center. He'll take the snap. He'll hand off to Strader. Strader tries the right side. He's still up.
Trader combination.
Josh Flynn stood up
at the line.
Held up at the point of attack.
Yeah, and some of the Vermillion fans didn't necessarily like the play call here with a minute 5 to go in the first half. But hey, your kids are up 14-0. I mean, that's I don't know what much more you could ask for. And again, you've sort of dominated, especially defensively. Vermillion, we talked about it after that big opening kickoff that got them deep into Vermillion, or I should say into Firelands territory. They have been pretty much null and void. And it looks to me like Firelands is just happy to get out of here up 14-0.
At halftime, we'll check with Craig Hotchkiss, Sergeant King, and we'll also get a look at some of the other high school scores across the area. We'll give this one a Strader again. And he is
Sailor again, ball carrier. No game to play. Third down.
run on the play. Very well could be the final play of this first half. As you alluded to earlier, man, they just don't appear to be in much of a hurry.
Well, and we saw this in the first quarter, too. It was the same exact thing. They had 15, 16 seconds, and they just let the clock run out. And again, some of the fans not exactly happy about it, but it is 14-0 in favor of Firelands, so...
That's going to take
And that's the end of the first quarter. It's Calcium 14-0.
Opening half. We're going to send it down to Craig Couch. He's on the sideline, and he's got Firelands head coach Ryan O'Rourke with him.
Hey, there he is. Welcome to you. How is everybody?
All right, Craig, thank you for that. And you got to imagine Coach is pretty pleased with the way things turned out in that first half. And not only were they able to kind of steal some momentum early on, man, they were able to dodge a bullet on the one turnover they committed.
Yeah, exactly. And again, when you look at the situation Vermillion put themselves in, you know, they had the first possession, couldn't do much with it, even though they did have that 4th and 2 situation. I'll tell you what, the penalty really, really hurt them. That false start that ended up putting them back, that really hurt them, because I think at that point, if they'd have been able to get the first down and maybe get the touchdown, I think this would have been a totally different game. Firelands goes down the field after their second possession, scores the touchdown, and the whole game kind of changed at that point.
No question about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the 2017-2018 Vermilion Sailor Marching Band. The Sailors are led onto the field by Head Major Kennedy Nail and Field Commanders Trinity Patton and Hannah Cooper. This week's Golden Plume awardees, chosen by the directors for exemplary bandsmanship and outstanding leadership, are mellophone Kimmy Gallagher and flute Marcia Standifer. Major advisor is Laurel Florick. Color guard advisor is Bridget Gross. Percussion advisor is Greg Dempsey. The assistant director of the marching band is Mr. Brett Dawson. And the Vermilion band director is Mrs. Kim Judd.
Man, you want to do the recap first? I don't see that guy out.
As we continue our review of movie blockbusters this year, we harken back to band camp this summer on Kelly's Island. The Sorting Hat discerned who would compete for which house, and after several Quidditch matches, potions competitions, and an epic wizard's duel, Gryffindor was once again victorious.
Supposed to be up there.
Expelliarmus!
Why don't you write down some scores really quick? I'm multitasking, buddy. You know how I roll. When you go down and take the I was going to see if I can get some stats from you after the game, but I may complicate you with like 3 minutes left. It's a blowout. Just trying to get a few numbers.
On the ride back from Kelly's Island that week, the wind blew, the sky darkened, and the waves pounded. It was just like a scene from The Pirates of the Caribbean.
No, okay.
Halfway through this one, Firelands on top of Vermillion tonight. Good afternoon, brought to you by Vermilion, offering same-day sports digital appointments to get back in the game. Call 440-204-7800. That's 440-204-7800. Well, halfway through this one, mentioned 14-0. Both teams able to sustain turnovers in this one, and so far it has been all about that running game for the Firelands Falcons. Let's take a look at the scoring recap of this one. At the very beginning of this one, looked like it was going to be the Vermilion Seekers who were the first ones on the board. A terrific kickoff return on the opening kick to the foul. However, that drop resulted in a missed 50-yard field goal. And then a little bit later on, it was Landon Peterson with that foul. Turned it into 2 yards down for the Firelands.
That lady, she's a little fighting prayer.
Hey man, I'm not. There you go. There you go. You're good. You're good. Great play. Yeah, I didn't hear it. Go ahead. You're good.
I'll be there tonight. I'm here tomorrow. I took off Sunday. So I'll be there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't know if we're going to high school or not Thursday. Yeah, we just do tomorrow.
Very next time for Vermillion.
I've got 7
A short time ago, in a school district not that far away, a band from a small town decided they must fight back against the tyranny of boring halftime shows, and thus the rebellion was born.
Welcome back to the half. 12 minutes left to halftime. We got the Vermillion on the Cleveland recorder. We got the
back in my senior year, when I played. Yeah, it's a good senior rivalry, and two programs are trying to come back.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, the Vermilion Sailor Marching Band!
After high school, I decided to find a good job. I really liked college living, my thing at the time. So I talked to our recruiter, and he just told me that you have a lot of things to do. And I picked up your thing. And, I ended up doing a lot of good things. I spent 3 years with it. All right, buddy. Up and get some stats if you got to play.
Sergeant Shane United States Army is our guest here at halftime, and that's Cleveland our Flash Falcons are seeing how they got the Sailors in. Tell me about that experience with the recruiter, because it's interesting. It had to be a really thing for you to go through because you're doing all that.
When they asked me, they were like, hey, you're going to be a recruiter for me. Where'd you like to go? And I said, I tried to come back.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the pride of Firelands High School, the 2017 Mighty Falcon Marching Band. Tonight's show is right on the money and features music taken from famous videos shown in the early days of MTV. We begin with a question for anyone named Jenny. Jenny, you might be asking yourself, Jenny, who can I turn to? But all you need to remember is the most famous phone number in rock and roll history. Here's band vice president Tate Smith dialing up a Tommy two-tone hit. Say the number with me. It's 8675309.
Vermillion had a great start. I'm glad to take that stick late in the second quarter. Into the second quarter, they got that quick score. Firelands get the ball from out in the second half. It'll be interesting to see if Vermillion can take it down and stop it and try to get a score early in the second half.
Sergeant Diego, before we cut you loose, if our listeners are out there that might be interested in the United States Army, how can they get to you?
We're located in Midway Mall, or 448-6351. You can get a hold of us that way. We have an office in the area and in downtown Lorraine. We cover all of Lorraine County and we have a county.
Great stuff, Sergeant Gator. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. All right, let's step aside and take a quick time out here. We're at the half, 14-0. Firelands on top of Vermillion. We're dialed in at 7:40. Start our class until 8. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Hey, are you good with scores? You need more scores? That's fine, man. Do whatever you feel you need to do there, buddy. Do the scores. And then if you have like warm-up, you can do that also.
Our two-stone set is a totally tantalizing tune with his video shot in a terrific library. Following a tumultuous tip, tumbling towers and drums are torched in terrible twist. Teams of tubas, trombones, and trumpets of the mighty Falcon Marching Band try to tame this timeless track by Toto to tell the tale. You'll definitely hear the drums echoing tonight as we welcome Band President Justin Alice conducting Africa.
If it's not close with about 3-4 minutes left, I might run over to Packard and see if he's got a couple of individual stats. Cool. Just take the head photo. If you see me run over, that's what I'm doing. I think this is.
Yeah. I'm getting that same impression. Yeah. They don't do it. Even when they have an office, they're not doing much.
Vermillion scored like 72 points the last 2 weeks. Well, quality of competition too.
You can see that Zanani kid has got some skill. They got to get him some running room. It's that simple.
And Hurt isn't bad, but no, secondary is doing a good job for Firelands. What do you got next week?
Next week, I think at Keystone.
Who they got? Any idea? I don't have a game next week. I have a Thursday game in 2 weeks.
Let's try to get the Vermilion coach.
Okay, sounds good. We'll look for you.
2 weeks I've got Elyria Catholic and Valley Forge, which is, I do that game every year, but I live 5 minutes away. And then the following Thursday, Shaker Heights and Elyria. And the way I've heard Shaker Heights is not very good, so Elyria should probably what do you call that, running clock up in the second half, from what I'm hearing.
I think he was just trying to talk to you.
Big T, what's up? I didn't hear anything for that. Okay. All right, so you're playing the ABC Sports? Okay. That's fine, man, because when you get done with this, we'll get it back. Craig's down at the sideline. He's going to try and get the Vermilion coach as he comes out.
Our final song for the evening was filmed in 1981, the year MTV was born. It's the first ever choreographed dance video. It's left an indelible mark on all music videos that have followed. We think that this song's so fine, it's so fine it blows your mind. Feel free to clap and sing along to the high energy fun hit from Tony Basil. Here's Mickey!
This is there at 8:30 at night. This week, 8 o'clock, whatever it is. Play a promo or play a line. Just give us a buffer of some sort. You know what I mean? Don't just go ABC News straight. Just give us a line or something. Yeah, just something quick.
Vermillion has 38 yards of offense.
What's that?
Vermillion has 38 yards and 1 first down. I'm going to get a couple stats. I got some. I have some couple stats for you.
Halfway through this one, Firelands 14, Vermillion nothing.
Time to win, Brandon McCarr. Before we get this started away, I want to of course thank Jim Morris and the whole Firelands family for the generous donation. The Firelands Athletic Boosters.
Yeah, we keep going back to that first drive of the game. You know, they got the ball inside the 20, had that 4-2, had the ball started, went for the field goal, missed it, and that really, Bull, was the only real opportunity the first half that Vermillion had. They ended up that first half with 1 first down, and that came on that first drive, and they ended up with 38 total yards of offense. That's not going to win you very many games, and against the good Firelands defense, they were pretty much able to do what they wanted as far as holding them in check.
There's still no sign of the Sabres. They've yet to come out of a
Yeah,
at the half.
weird. And with only 20 seconds and counting, I don't know if Vermillion, if new head coach Matt Coble is laying into them or what. If you talk about the Firelands Falcons, of course you talk about Denny. He had a big first half. I mean, he didn't have huge numbers, but he still ended up with 48 yards rushing. Firelands as a team, 144 yards of offense. They had 9 first downs in that first half. And their quarterback, Banaszak, only threw 4 passes, but he did have that 29-yard touchdown to Blake Ruffner, the big junior, 6'2", 195. And that really, again, kind of set the tone because you felt at that point it was starting to slip away from Vermillion. And by the way, here come the Sabres now. They put an extra 3 minutes on the clock. So you look at what Firelands was able to do, and again, they pretty much did what they wanted. Or I should say the Firelands Falcons did what they wanted here in the first half.
Again, thank you to the athletic boosters, the school board, the whole administration, everyone who helped out, all the student athletes who sold these tickets for so many months, and of course, Tracy, my sales representative, and the Vermillion family for everything.
Well, again, they've done a nice job. If you want to talk about Ryan O'Rourke and what he's done as a coach here in the first 3 weeks of his tenure at Firelands, he's spread the wealth. And I think that that's a key for why Firelands has been successful. They've not been able to try different guys in different spots. And, of course, you know, one thing you want to do within your football team is build confidence. And I think they've done a pretty good job, Firelands, at it. I mean, getting that win in week 1 was just incredibly important. But, you know, they came out last week against New London, made sure to take care of business, and now we'll see if they can keep it going.
Greg Koch is down on the sidelines, and he is standing by right now with Vermillion head coach Matt Coble. Greg, what do you have for us down there?
Ladies and gentlemen, if I can have your attention, if you'd please look across the field and see the new addition to the Falcons campus. The red top building with the 2 colorful lights. The red and white building North Visitors Bleachers is a multi-use building that was designed and donated to the Firelands school system by current senior Chad P. Chad is a member of the Mighty Falcon Marching Band and Boy Scout Troop 450. He has built this building as an Eagle Scout project using donations that he solicited. The complete build will serve as storage for the MFNB and for traditional meals shared by the opposing band students. We would like to thank Chad for his dedication to his community and his school. This building will serve students for decades to come, and we sincerely thank him for his outstanding service. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear a warm thank you, Chad E. Get your 50-50 tickets out. 50-50 tickets, winning of $563.
When you talk about that, Bull, is as a head coach, you are the voice of your team, and when you talk about, you know, Vermillion as a football team, again, they're getting pushed around a little bit on both the offense and defensive lines. That's got to be where it starts. And if you're talking about Matt Coble, he is an offensive and defensive line guy. I remember specifically at the coaches show way back in early August talking to him, and he was the guy that basically told me and my word faces that we're going to win the line of scrimmage. Well, they haven't done that tonight, and that's part of the reason why they trail in this game.
Absolutely. That's one of those battles that they're going to have to win here in the second half. They're going to have a shot. That'd be a good time in this one. And it was pretty interesting, too. When you take this game, it kind of felt like they capitalized off of that momentum.
Welcome back to the second half of football here at Friday Night Lights. Falcons 14, your Steelers
And again,
0.
when you're talking about the offense right now for Vermillion, 38 yards and 1 first down, that's just not going to get it done. And you know, looking at some of the other scores around the areas, you got teams like Olmsted Falls putting up 42 points in the first half against Westlake. They're up 42-12. They're going to go on and win that football game rather easily tonight. They're already in the running clock to start the second half.
I'd like to welcome those of you who are tuning in to Avon Lake on URL and at AM 932.
Sailors will kick off. Back for the Falcons. Benny Strader. Ball kicked out of bounds at the 30. Right running.
I'm not sure what that was. I don't know why you do that right there, Bull. I don't know if that was done purposely or not, but really for Matt Coble and the special teams, that's a big mistake. I mean, why are you trying to do that? I mean, if you're trying to squib in the middle of the field, give your return, or I should say, give your kickoff coverage team a chance to get down there and make a play.
The officials are sorting this up, and they're getting ready to place the ball on the 35-yard line. They're again trying to set it down and settle it.
Yeah.
And that's the polar opposite of what Coach Coble wanted to do. Set it down and Greg comes to the sideline. Greg, what's happening?
Official clarification. Falcon ball, 1st and 10 on the 35-yard line.
Found something over there. Hopefully that's live. Firelands, and the ball will go right back to the
Lights up through
35-yard line. Just not much room for the quarterback. Answer to run. No gain of play, second and 10.
No gain to play, 2nd and 10.
So it's second down and 10. Again, a big look to those of you out there tuning in to that Avon Lake game on AM 930 WRL Stream 1. Firelands, 14 up there. Vermilion. Right at the start of this second half. Ball is taken on the left hand.
He was wide open. I mean, there was nobody.
Firelands running out of the shotgun. Better on third and two. Snap is taken by Schrader. Denny will be trying the backfield. He was hit.
Nick Denny with the direct snap. No gain to play, 3rd and 10.
Well, Matt Coble must have said something to inspire his defense. 2 plays, no yards so far on the first 2 carries, and now a 3rd and long coming up for Firelands. And if there's one thing Banizak's not had to do a lot tonight, is throw the football. He's only thrown 4 passes. He did have the 29-yard touchdown to Ruffner in that second quarter.
A lot of shifting going out. Blake Ruffner now lined up as the quarterback here. Now we've got whistles and
Timeout.
Timeout.
Yep.
Vermilion.
Timeout Vermilion. Vermilion, first timeout of the half. 10:46 in the 3rd quarter. Falcons 14, Sailors 0.
To your point, that first scoring drive for Firelands, 15 plays, 70 yards.
We'd like to congratulate the winner of the 2017 Chevy Cruze, donated by Joe Clement Chevrolet. For all your Chevy needs, see Joe Clement Chevrolet. I-90 rebound.
I saw an answer. Yeah, believe it. I put it down there. Actually, it was still on.
And 6 passes incomplete. 4th and 10 for the Falcons as the punt squad comes onto the field.
That's a great play right there. You know, when you look at, again, the way that first half went, that's a good stop right there by Vermillion. That's going to bring up 4th, and they'll punt the football.
the signals. High snap. Peterson pulls it down, gets this kick away. Spiraling kick that'll drive File back to the 24-yard line. He tries to enter this one towards the far sideline. That's straight down at the 27-yard line. A long ways to take it just a few yards on that return.
We've talked tonight about the special teams for both teams, and other than that kickoff that went out of bounds, both special teams have done a pretty nice job tonight. You saw Vermillion on the opening kickoff try to a little tomfoolery, if you will, and they got down inside the 30 of Firelands on the opening kickoff. They just couldn't do anything with it.
10:32 to play, third quarter. 14 up, then Firelands leading Vermillion. Sailors have the ball moving forward like 2 more left. Here in the third. Four receiver left. Receivers to the left of third. Take the snap. Going to get this one inside the Zanoni. And he will be blocked at the 29.
Running back taken down the backfield by a host of Falcons, led by number 45,
Zanoni again,
Nagy.
he's got some wheels to him. If you could get him in the open field, I think he could do some damage. The problem is, again, that Firelands defense has done a nice job of making sure he doesn't get in the open field.
Craig Confidence looking as an open one of those guys. They have to get the ball to him. I think they're trying to get him going.
Yeah.
Just haven't been able to get him on open space here. Zanoni remains the lone setback in this formation. 4 receivers again. Third drops back. He's going to roll out to his right. Going to his left. Fires across the middle.
Bird's pass incomplete. Extreme pressure by Falcon defense.
Well, just too much running around back there by Hurd. I mean, he's got to make a decision a little bit sooner than that. You know, he's got to, kind of find a way, I guess, if you will, on that one. He just didn't do it in enough time. And by the time he threw that ball, it was no man's land, I guess, if you
Bird gets the shotgun. Shotgun snap. Running out to his left. Running out of room.
Taken down for a hard step by Landon Peterson.
Just another 3 and out for Vermillion. Just not what you wanted to start this second half. Again, Hurd just having to run for his life back there is not going to get it done. And I think we saw right there a classic case of the secondary for Firelands doing a great job, and Hurd just having nowhere to go.
Pulls a high snap down. He gets this punt away. High, wobbly punt. Go. 41-yard line. He gets drilled and knocked out of bounds.
What is easy catches for the Falcons running back? First and 10, Falcons on the 45.
Well, and you wonder again, if you're Vermillion, do you have another one of those defensive stands? You know what they could really do right now, or really use, I guess, if you were right now, is a turnover. I know that we talked about it earlier. They did get one in that first half, but they really could use some sort of big defensive play, a fumble, maybe something where they could actually go back the other way with it, because right now their offense is just not doing the job.
And in motion to the left, it's Denver. They'll hand it off to Denver.
Nick Gaines, ball carrier, pushing up the distance.
I think that's coming back.
Right on the play.
It's coming back. I think you got a hold. Well, they're pointing to Vermillion, at least Ryan O'Rourke is, but the way that they're looking, I think that's going to come back.
You can tell based on the body language.
Yep.
Holding on the offense.
Where?
Again, the flag is in the 46-yard line, so they're moving off the one. Put it back to 36. And that's exactly where they're going to spot. So that negates what would have been a monster
Huge. I mean, and that really, that really could have been the kind of the nail in the coffin, if you will, for Vermillion, because at that point you're first and goal at the 5-yard line, and instead they get kind of a reprieve, but they just have to do a better job on Denny on that corner.
Second and goal here for the Falcons. And in motion to the right. Give this one to Denny. Again. Denny will get to the
There's your fumble.
The ball gets knocked out of his hands, but it goes out of bounds.
Wow, that was the fumble. And what a great play by Seth Hurd. Seth Hurd coming all the way up from his defensive back position really made that play happen on Denny. And he gets 4 yards, but you'll give him that any day of the year for what you did on the play before.
Sure, especially considering the situation.
Yeah.
It was first down at about 12, so you limit him to a gain of 4. Now they're looking at second down at 16. Firelands up 14-0. 25 to play, the third quarter. And in motion to left. Smith took the pitch left side. Stringer gets it up to the 40-yard line. Breaks a tackle, gets to the 45. And he'll be tackled by a
Fantastic pitch to Logan Strader for a 4-yard gain. 6-yard gain. 3rd and 10 for the Falcons.
Well, they got the yardage back that they lost off the hold, but you know, right now, again, if you're Vermillion, you're going to try to come up with a big play here to try to stop this drive and get the ball back, because you certainly don't want to give up a first down in this position.
Still up 3-0. Baltimore Orioles looking for a 16th straight win.
3-0. They only have 3 runs.
That's it.
Shouldn't they score like 8 or 9 by now?
3rd down and 10 for Firelands. Snap taken by Manson. He's got plenty of time to throw. Fires near side.
Fantastic pass caught by number 45, Nagger.
Yeah, he's short. He's short by a yard because he had to come back. And O'Rourke is screaming to hurry up and try to get to the line of scrimmage. I think he wants to hurry up and run a play here.
Nice grab.
Working a lot of foot from here. Logan Strader carrying the pile for an extra 4 yards. First down,
That was done with some attitude right there. That run right there, that's what Firelands football is all about. I mean, they just went at it, and Strader with a pickup of what, about 5 yards right there, and that's a first down. And again, you look at the first downs in this ball game now, 10-1 in favor of Firelands, and again, Vermilion just not able to do anything with it.
Appears as though there was no penalty.
Timeout.
We'll take one as well. 14-0. Firelands on top of Vermilion. This is the
What's the timeout on Vermilion?
I don't know. It's 9:30. I haven't seen the signal yet. Stream 2 and the
Somebody had to call timeout. It's like, it's from Avon. Whatever they You were the Amherst.
Bruce left 8 years ago. He's at Margaretta.
I think I'm that's what they call him.
What is that?
He said, Craig Crane is trying to call.
Oh.
What is going
Firelands 14, Vermilion nothing, 7:13 left in the third quarter. Falcons with the ball. Left side,
Logan Strader tries to cut. Leg on the play. Late play, rest of the ball.
Bounce, actually, I'm wondering, because the way that everything just kind of stopped for a second. I mean, it was a great run, don't get me wrong, but I'm wondering if Strader either went out of bounds or maybe there was a hold. I don't know. We're about to find out. And the way that, again, Firelands is kind of coming back, I think that this is not going to be a touchdown, at least not the way we see it right now.
Would have been a 37 yards down, but there was a penalty against.
Okay, but he just put his hands in the air like it was a touchdown.
I have no idea what that is. Touchdown?
It's a touchdown. Okay, what is the call? Unsportsmanlike conduct, but if it's a touchdown? Well, that makes no sense.
And the touchdown is good.
Yeah, but why do they allow? I've never seen that before. I mean, if it's a post play penalty, I understand that, but they threw that during the play.
That could have been it, or they hit it way after the ball where it happened on the far side.
Raiders touchdown, good for 6. Extra point by Luke Peterson. For the Falcons. 1-1. Yes, you're up.
With 7 minutes left in the third quarter, you are dialed
Maybe they're going to mark the penalty off on the kickoff.
WEAll.com.
Anybody understand why that?
I don't know, maybe it was on sportsmanlike.
But it was thrown during the play. If it was a post-play penalty, but I've never seen one thrown during the play, but they let the touchdown stand. It didn't
I don't know if the kid was celebrating behind the play or
but he threw it during the play. It was on the ground when he crossed the goal. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes. But then,
Falcons football field. Voted by Chrysler Tire and Service. South Enders on 113. And Naval Masonry. Keep your eyes open, the ball's in flying.
36-yard touchdown run for Logan Schrader. It's 21-0. Firelands leading Vermillion. And there was some really tough conversation here because it went down during that play.
It's got to be unsportsmanlike conduct.
Was the official call on that?
Yeah.
But again, the flag was thrown.
But if it's during the play,
Tailback didn't even got to the end zone. So it was awfully confusing. It had nothing to do with it.
yeah, I know, but
it doesn't
I
matter.
think they saw from the
Change things all the time in high school.
That's what I said. It doesn't matter.
very, very bizarre.
As long as we got the touchdown, that's good.
And I'm
I thought when I said that,
while the ball was still in play.
All right, you explain it to the crowd. What the hell happened?
Saying if it's a he thinks it's like if it's a they said something. And again, it was during the play, it was covered something. But if it's a non-Vermillion,
Ball kick recovered by Addison Painter for Vermillion. Player down on the field.
if it's like a non-contact penalty or something, maybe that's
Who's down?
where did that go? Is he a teacher here?
We still have it?
Yeah, I think you're right, Craig, because I just talked to some of the other media guys up here, and they said in high school, at least in their minds, when a non-contact, non-physical type thing, like a taunting, maybe bad language, maybe some sort of verbal abuse, whatever you want to call it, happens during a play, they will enforce it on the next play. So maybe Strader, or say it was called on Strader, so maybe Strader said something, screamed out a curse word. I mean, who knows? I mean, we're not going to know. We're not probably even going to find out. But whatever he did, the official heard it to the point where he decided, okay, we're going to throw the flag, but whatever happens to the play, it's going to stand. At that point, as you said, Craig, the play was still going on, and Strader had not crossed the goal line. So it was a bizarre thing, though. I've never in my life, in any type of football, seen an unsportsmanlike conduct where the play is kind of allowed to stand. Even more bizarre, right? You're right, yeah.
Good location.
So they got the anti-play.
He's got it.
Catch is good for the Sailors.
Great play.
Well, after that,
First and 10 from the 23.
Biggest play of the night for Vermillion, other than maybe that kickoff. And Jonah File with a big catch.
File was the one that kickoff returns well. They'll line up four receivers, near side to the left, the backfield with two receivers lined up far side to the right. Bird moves a man in motion to the left. And it's going to be a keeper. Bird takes it back to 20.
Quarterback keeper for a 2-yard gain. Takes him down number 35. Maggie Megger.
And that was only, by the way, that catch by File was only the first down rather of the night for Vermilion.
Second and 5.
Good time there. Receivers to the right. One receiver lined up near side to the left. Bird will take the snap. And he's going to keep himself. Takes it across the 15. Gets a big block of the 5. He gets hit at the 3 and goes down at the 2. It was Denny who stuck him just inside the 5-yard line.
Nick Denny keeping him from the touchdown.
Well, hey, give credit to Hurd. He's not quitting. Either is this bunch from Vermilion. That's a big gain right there from the 17 down to what, about the 2-yard line? 3, and they're going to call it the 4, so that's still a 13-yard gain. And credit Vermilion with a first down.
First and goal for the Steelers. Ball resting down the left tackle at the Firelands 3. Don't come out of the 100. Takes it up into the long setback. 2 yards behind Bird in the shotgun. He's got 2 receivers to his left. Takes the snap. Rolls out to his right. Bird fires this one in the back of the end zone. Luke Payton leaps up and he makes the catch for a touchdown in the end zone. What a grab by Luke Payton. A 3-yard touchdown pass from Bird. And it's the first score of the game for the Steelers.
How about a response drive right there by Vermilion? They come back. It took them only 4 plays after the kickoff, after the unsportsmanlike conduct that ends up being an issue, and it ends up going for a touchdown. Hurd with his first touchdown pass of the night.
For the extra point, C.J. Collins snappers back, holders down. Extra point is on the way.
Extra point good.
21-7.
5 minutes, 45 seconds in the third quarter. Firelands 21, 97.
WBOL.com stream through and the AM 930 WBOL mobile app.
Seth Hurd.
Where's that at? I know I will buy it.
4 plays into their drive, a 3-yard touchdown pass for the Sailors. Sent for Luke Payton. Terrific grab by Payton in the back of the end zone to hold that one in. And the Sailors find themselves down 21-7. Firelands Falcons back in ahead.
Now they might pull it on.
We're down the flat. Andy Bulldog, Matt Loading with you up here in the box. And Craig Cox Collins for the squid kick. This is the tree. That's the 39-yard line. And taking it past the 35 up to the 40.
Vermilion short kick to Matthew Bildup. Turn for 5 yards. Firelands first down.
What's going on down there?
First and 10 and 48.
And there were 2 great catches made on that drive. A touchdown catch by Payne also.
I think he beat the cornerback on that play, and he did a nice job getting behind him just enough to be able to make that play.
Snap is taken by Ruffner, who takes it across the 50.
Jason Blake got through on the carry for a 6-yard pickup.
Driven to the turf by Josh Flynn.
You know, now you're talking about a situation at 21-7 where if Vermilion can come up with a play, maybe a turnover, maybe something here where they can get the ball back in good field position, they can give themselves an opportunity here.
5 minutes, 10 seconds left in this third quarter. Firelands up 21-7, 36-yard touchdown rush. And Logan Schrader did make 21-0. Later, there was the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Man in motion to not get sniffed out. Crawford calling for the shotgun snap. He gets it. He drops back. He's got all kinds of time. He's got a run. Takes a
Blake Drescher with an awesome run, flag in backfield.
You're going to have a hold. That's going to come back. That's why he had so much room to run, I think, because once he ran past one of the defenders for Vermilion, they immediately called the play back, and that definitely is coming back.
They've had a number of big plays come back in this game. A number of big
Holding in the offense, to bring the ball back.
flag was back at the Vermilion 49-yard.
There's a request to smart football.
One of the Firelands fans isn't happy about the call, as he just lost his voice and maybe just blew his own fuse right down there. For some reason, didn't agree. I'll just say this: didn't agree with the call.
Sounds about right.
There you go.
Down and 20. Snap taken by Benson. And he's going to keep this one himself. He gets past the 40-yard line along the left side.
Benson, the ball carrier.
The 43.
No gain.
Long ways.
For 2 yards.
2 yards.
Yeah, didn't. Again, penalties have hurt the Falcons tonight to the point now where you're looking at a situation where they're going to have a third down and long play, a third and about, give or take, about 20, maybe about 18 yards.
There's another sailor down on the field.
Yeah, got another injury. You know, streaming the game tonight on YouTube, I got a fan from Southern Cal watching the game. Just said a little message. One of her, I think her son plays for Vermilion. So, good stuff.
Very cool stuff. Well, speaking of cool stuff, let's see what kind of cool stuff Craig Couch has for us. Down on that Vermilion sideline. Craig, what's happening down there? Yeah, without question, we're going to win that war in the trenches, as Coach Colbert mentioned they're going to have to do. That's one of those guys he absolutely needs in that run. So it's down about 20 for the Falcons. Snap taken by Banshee. Play action fake. He dumps this one on both sides.
Oh, he's close.
Kansas pass to Schrader. Run for a first down. That's where I take the ball.
Our PA guy just announced first down Falcons, and they're like, not quite yet. Let's hang on. Depends on where they spot. I think he's actually short. It depends on where they end up. They're going to actually ask for an official measurement here.
Official measurement.
Everybody's getting a little sloppy here now.
But the way they've been able to run the ball throughout the play.
Yeah.
Watch where you run on the sure. It all depends where the ball's spot.
That's a heck of a play.
Right, absolutely, because you had a third and about 20 still, or 18, and they ended up getting probably about 19 on it. I think you're going to be about half a yard short. Now, first down, there you go.
First down!
I was just going to say, that is absolutely demoralizing, Bull, if you're the Vermilion Sailors, because you had a chance not only to get off the field, you had a chance to get probably decent field position, even if you hold them to 10 yards on that play.
He had it right.
He had it right. We knew it. You know what? I never lost faith. It was these other guys. Yeah. Don't give them any more pizza.
Right. Cut off. Fancy hanging off the straight or left side.
Nah, not getting there.
Raiders, the ball carrier, balls up a few yards for 2nd and 7.
First thing you brought.
Yep. And again, you're talking about a situation where they've been on the field just way too long. But on the other hand, if you're Matt Coble, you put your kids in a position where they could have made that play on third down. All they got to do is make a tackle. And if they make a tackle, they're going to get off the field. They didn't do that. That's on them.
Jackson out of the shotgun. Moves a man in motion left to Denny. Pitch it to Denny. Denny up to the 40-yard line.
Ooh.
And he gets drilled at the 38-yard line.
Nick Denny, your ball carrier. No gain of play.
I'll say this, credit the defense for Vermillion on making sure that Denny isn't the guy that beats him. You know, he really has been held for the most part in check. I think we mentioned it in our third game, or I should say in our halftime report, that he ended up with, 46 yards in that first half, but he really hasn't been the defining factor for this Firelands offense. He's been a part of it, but he hasn't been the guy.
Sure does. 2.5 to play, 21-7. Firelands on top of Vermilion. Manchik will get the snap. And he's going to keep this one himself. Starts to play out to the 40-yard line. Why are you missing blocks? You're going to miss blocks! Stay on your
Michael 62 on the ball. No gain. Lead 4 and 5.
Hey! Now that's yellow.
Yep.
Think about it.
Stay on your ball!
Put that in my head.
Her ball.
Come on, fucking move it back! Fire up! Fire up!
The Cheerios get the steal section going.
Could you?
Play from the play again. 5-yard penalty. Falcons bring out the penalty.
It's going to make it 4th down. 10 here for the Falcons, and they're going to pump this one back.
This is the right move here. Try to pin Vermillion deep. Your defense has already done the job on all but one series.
Line drive kick. Bounces up to the 22-yard line. Still going inside the 10 now. It'll be down inside the 10. He's 4 yards out there for Vermillion.
Very nice punt by Peterson.
Firelands up 21-7.
While putting down by the fence.
Chance here to maybe capitalize, Matt, on some of that momentum they established on the previous drive.
Well, yeah, but they're going to have a long way to go because, as you mentioned, they are pinned deep. They are going to start at the 8-yard line here.
1st and 10 on the 8-yard line.
Attack the ball! Attack the ball! Take the ball back! Attack the ball!
We'll have an empty backfield. They'll have 3 receivers looking up to his right. He's got 2 lined up near side left. Man in motion. It's Kane Zanoni. And they're going to give it to Zanoni. He gets down at the 5-yard line.
Ball taken down the backfield. Led by Maggie Magpie. Throwing the play.
I think it is. The way that they're walking right now, I'm pretty sure that's going against Firelands.
3-yard loss. He'll be at the 5-yard line.
Wow. And I don't know if it was just the continuation of the play and, the play was over and the Falcons were a little bit too aggressive. But certainly that is a huge penalty because that's going to put the ball at the 22. So it goes from being a 2nd and 13 at the 5 to a 1st and 10 at the 22. That play right there is just a huge play. It gives a little bit of breathing room to Hurd and Vermillion.
Hurd takes the snap, pitches right side. Zanoni will fire this one. Deep in the field, looking for
Pass almost intercepted, incomplete.
Yeah, we'll have to figure out what number that penalty was on because, again, that was a big one. And that was a great play right there by Vermillion trying to do a little trickery again.
Oh, now you want to be real.
a little bit left. 56 just want people to know. Calling for Firelands 21. And Vermillion set.
You got the first down.
Pretty interesting.
You know, credit Coble and Vermillion for continuing to try to do different things to open up that defense of a little bit of Firelands.
Bird waiting for the shotgun snap. He gets it, and he will give this one up. Great tackle.
Zanoni, your ball carrier, taken down by Matthew Kovac.
Cleveland Indians now 4-0 the Baltimore Orioles. That game has moved into the bottom of the 6th inning.
Third down and 3.
That's a good gain right there. That's a 7-yard gain. And like you said, well, that gives a much, much more manageable situation for the Vermilion Sailors with 20 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
Bird has 3 receivers to his left, 1 far side line to the right. They'll get to Zanoni. He goes straight up the middle, stumbles forward to the 33.
Zanoni, your ball carrier, tripped up.
It's a huge spot right here. I think he's short. I do think he's short.
In all likelihood, that is going to take us to the end of the third quarter. It does indeed take us to the end of the third quarter. So,
And that's the end of the third quarter. Ireland Falcons, 21. Vermilion Sailors, 7. Okay, we got more whistles on the field. Officials time. Whistle movement.
good deal made on Orioles.
Fourth down. Back to punt it away for the Sailors. The snap will go back to him, and he'll get this punt away. And high. It's a high punt. No one back.
Firelands 18-yard line, and that will spin out of bounds on the far sideline here at 16.
Ball will be down around the 20-yard line where the Falcons will take over. First and 10.
More importantly, man, the Sailors have to find a way to come up with a
Defense. Yep, they've got to do something here when it comes to defense because, again, right now, if you're Vermilion, not only are you running against yourself, but you're running against the clock. I mean, you've only got 11:50 and you've got to come up with a couple of scores.
Congratulations to our winners.
Defense has been on the team for a good chunk of this game.
Great job.
Avon leading Avon Lake 31-6. They are at the end of the third quarter, so they're awfully close to that winning total.
Brecksville up 35-21 third quarter, and Menor up on Glenville 24-7 third quarter as well.
Nick Rucker on the pitch to Denny. Able to make a couple guys miss. Fireman's faithful here. Like 40 touchdowns on the
Well, looks looks like the Oberlin Phoenix are not going to get a win tonight as they trail Trinity 35-12. That game is in the fourth quarter. 35-14, I'm sorry, in the third quarter at this point. That was a
and in motion to the left. Back. Snap taken by Bansick. He'll give to Strader. Strader running left side.
Loading series ball carrier.
Wow.
Another flag on the play.
These officials evidently feel they're getting paid per the flag at this point.
And that came from a ways
That came
away.
a ways away, you're right. That could be an off-the-ball penalty for sure.
The result of the play was a very good one for Firelands. It's a 2-6
Car face mask against the Sailors.
Anything you see make that at this stage of the game.
Yeah.
5 yards penalty.
That was a
First down, Falcons.
Okay. So credit Strader with 13 on the play, and the 5-yard face mask puts it up to the 33-yard line. Interesting.
He's got 3 receivers to his right as well. He's got a flag as soon as that ball was snapped.
Flag on the play.
The Bay Rockets are up 31-14 with less than 8 to go over Fairview as they're going to get a win out of the GLC.
You play first down.
Moving back 5 yards to the 20 yards. First start against Firelands. Up to this one, Firelands 21, Sailors 7.
Firelands fan keeps yelling to let them play football, but you can't false start. I don't know. Maybe buy him one of those books that you get at the store, those yellow books.
Bansick's pass complete.
Coming up at the end of this one,
Flag on the play. Holding on the offense.
Well, right now I'm going to give it to the officials because they're stopping everything. And that was a penalty on Firelands. So that's going to take it back to the 20-yard line.
Falcons, first down.
well, it's
First down and 15.
First and long.
First and 20, yeah. Well, they're at the 20-yard line. So that's an 8-yard loss. So I don't know.
They'll hand it off to Strader. Strader left side takes it up to the 25 yards.
Standard ball carrier, 5-yard gain. Second and 17.
Manageable situation here. And again, having success running the ball, thus they're having
Yes.
success taking time off the clock.
Well, that was what I was going to say next as far as that goes. If I am Firelands at this point, I just keep running the football and let whatever happens, happens. I mean, again, the officials are just flag happy here in the second half. I mean, that's got to be 6 or 7 flags thrown in the second half.
Out to the sideline after this next play. Send the man in motion. It's Richard Mann. Puts his hands together, gets the snap, and they'll hand this one out to Strader. Strader, right side, tries to turn the corner. He's able to do that past the 30-yard line.
Logan Standard ball carrier with about an 8-yard gain.
Yeah.
$39 for the Falcons on the 34-yard line.
I've got to go. We got 10 in a row out there.
Are you getting retirement on this?
10 in a row and I was
Especially here in the second half. 3rd and 9, 34-yard line. Bansick fires across the line. Pass is knocked into the air, and it's
It was caught. It was caught by Strader off the rebound, I
And
believe.
6 passes complete to Strader.
right back down.
Held a gun here.
The 34-yard line.
Yeah, but he got nowhere with it.
that could have been a disaster.
Oh, absolutely. I think if you're Banzik, what he wanted to do was just knock the ball down when he saw it in the air, but Banzik actually jumped up and made the catch.
No goal. We have 9 at 34. Firelands would have to punt. Throwing the clock is back to the Seas punt with his toes on his own 35-yard line. Luke Peterson ready to punt this one. The stride for Firelands began at their own 15-yard line.
It was ugly. Oh, here we go again. Oh, and a great punt, too. That would have pinned him back to the 25.
Play on play.
Right after the ball was snapped, somebody
Ball start.
Start on the Pelicans.
on the ball from you. Well, as you mentioned,
It was a nice punt. You know, I've said it more than once tonight that they've had a lot of these. They've had a lot of these special teams have been really good, but again, these referees want to be the stars now, so they're going to call a flag on every play.
don't forget, coming up on this night, make it run. Show. Getting your next vehicles is snap. Visit Nick at each cross street.
Peterson back to punt.
Snap will go back to Peterson. We'll get this punt away. Not a bad one. Spiraling kick bounces at the 39-yard line, and that's going to stop right around the 38.
Ball down.
There.
Number 84.
Will take over with 7:22 left in this one. They're down 21-7.
Vermilion fails to take over first and 10. 38-yard line. Check that. 37.
Well, second half is basically an even game, 7-7. And again, I do believe the penalties have really thrown the rhythm of both teams off here. But if you're Vermilion, you've got to find a way on this drive to score, because you might not get the ball back the way the Firelands has been able to run the clock.
They'll run the option. Pitch goes left side.
Vermilion the ball carrier. Taken down by a swarm of Falcons.
Falcons able to
John Mitchell helping up down.
there's a sailor hobbling away. That's
Yeah, that's not good. And I think Craig mentioned that earlier, that there was another play earlier where he kind of had to limp off the field. That's the last thing, as we mentioned, that you want to see if you're Vermilion, is your star player having to limp off the field. He is the driving force of this offense, along with Hurd.
Hurd will get the shotgun snap, and he rolls out to his right. Fires near side. The pass is knocked into the air, and it is over.
No, it's dropped.
Pass is incomplete.
That was almost a big
Third down.
for a second, but proved to hang out.
And that was close. Really, that ball should never have been thrown, because obviously there was a defender for Firelands right there. But Hurd decided to try to squeeze it in there anyway, and he got lucky that wasn't picked off. And on the other hand, it almost got caught.
So it's third down and 13. The ball at the Vermilion 34. First game on the left hand. Not toughest division, but this game is over. West Vermilion, Lorraine County Community College. Who's going to be? LCCC education. Hurd will drop down again. He rolls out to his right. Fires this one deep down the near side of the pass.
It's caught.
Third pass is caught by number 4, Jonah Pyle.
Great
Down by the
catch.
Falcons on the 45. First down for the Vermilion favors.
19 yards and a great first down right there, and a much needed first down. Again, if Vermilion is going to stick around here, and again, they move the stick, so credit them right there for a nice play.
Hurd will take the snap. They give him a moment. It's
Hurd.
Hurd takes it left side of the 25. He's to the 20. He steps out of the tackle at the 15. Spins out of another one inside the 10. Inside the tackle and takes it for a touchdown.
Wow.
A 45-yard touchdown by Seth Hurd. Certainly for me.
What a fake, and what a run by Hurd. I mean, he went 45 the hard way. He had to break 4 tackles there. And boy, Seth Hurd with a huge play. And now with 5:55 to go, this thing is very much in doubt if he can make the extra point.
C.J. Crowler on for the extra point. It's on the way.
He does.
And it is good.
With 5:55 left in the game. Firelands Classic 21. Bailey 14. C.J. Cole lines up for the kick for the Sabres.
Race forward. You see the interstate kick this one away. Oh, yeah. Come on. And going back to the 10-yard line, facing Rogozinski. Take it back up to the 20-yard line, and he goes down.
Here's the loss area, brings it out to the 25-26-yard line.
Yeah, Jonah Fowles had a really nice game for Vermillion, as has Hurd, of course, with that long 45-yard run. So with 5:48 to go, does Firelands have one drive that takes up about 4 or 5 minutes in them to put this thing away?
Let's find out what Greg Coach thinks.
Yeah, let's see what he has to say.
Go straight ahead.
Indeed it was, because now they're down 7, 21-14, 5:48 to play. Banks are under center, and he will hand this one off. Right side against the Strader, and he gets tackled in the backfield. Johnny File once again.
Strader ball carrier.
At the 26-yard line, and Matt, more importantly, he kept him from getting over the quarterback.
Yep, no gain on the play. Strader gets taken down, and that's going to be 2nd and 10 right now. How big are the penalties? How about the penalty that stopped the drive for Firelands when Denny got down to the 5-yard line? That maybe is the play of the night right now.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 at the 26-yard line. And should come under center. Again, only one timeout left for Vermillion. Snap taken. And they'll give a Strader again. All kinds of room up the middle. He gets past the 30, and he's
Strader runs it up the gut for a 9-yard gain.
Strader has been the guy, but you got to believe that Denny's going to get an opportunity here. And again, this is a huge play for Vermillion.
Avon needed 31-6. That game only has 2 minutes left. 3rd and 1. Firelands at the 35-yard line. 3 men in the backfield. Bench will remove that set. Take as much time as he possibly can. Gets the snap. They're going to go right up.
Biggest first down of the night.
First down, Belton.
And is that Strader? I didn't see who had it. I don't know if that was Parkman or Strader.
Have a serious talk. Let's go. Play ball.
Well, yeah, it is, because that gets him up to the 44-yard line. And that was a big gain on that play.
4 minutes left to this one. But the line is scrimmage. He's got that triangle in the backfield. They take the snap. And Get this one to Strader, but he gets wrapped up with
Strader ball carrier, taking on the line screen. No game in play. Second down.
Patterson. First touchdown, yes.
He could be one of the candidates for the LCCC player of the game. No doubt about that. He's got a sack in this game. Plus, he's got that touchdown rush as well. And that's a big first down. Second down, 10. 34 Firelands. 3 minutes, 10 seconds left. Now we've got whistles. We've got a couple of...
2 plays on play.
Early for Firelands. And the ball on the ground.
We got a final Bay over Fairview tonight, 38-14.
This one is gotten interesting pretty quick. But at one point, it was 21-0 Firelands after that loaded Strader by Fisher. Vermilion has taken the momentum of the 6 years of close contact.
We got a 10-7 score at Clearview over John Hay.
Just inside of 3 minutes left in this one, second down and 14. Hanson is going to take his time coming up under center. Again, he's got that triangle with him right behind the backfield. They're going to pitch this one to Strader. Strader takes it up to about the 40-yard line.
Strader ball carrier, about a 3-yard gain. Third down. Run.
Strader hasn't had a huge night, but he's been effective in making sure he doesn't do anything bad, and making sure that he doesn't fumble, do anything foolish with the ball. Brooklyn is 2-1, 48-16 tonight over Lincoln West down on Biddle.
Personnel change. Two bodies checking in. Third and 11 for the Falcons at the 43-yard line. 2 minutes, 5 seconds left. They lead 21-14 over Vermillion. And in motion left to Denny. Denny gets the toss. Denny gets hit. Denny breaks the tackle.
Nick Denny, ball carrier, breaking several tackles, brings it out to the 50-yard line.
Timeout.
Timeout, Vermilion.
So now, I believe if you're Firelands, you got to punt this football. You're going to have 4th and about 4 at the 50, maybe the 49. I think you punt this football and let your defense do what you've done all night, which is just play it safe.
I would agree with that, because if you don't get it, then all the momentum goes to Vermillion.
Yep.
That's too big of a risk. I don't know what Greg Coach thinks down there on the sidelines. Greg, what do you think?
We were beating Columbia. No reason to throw the ball when I wanted to build the quarterback's confidence. Rolled out, threw it right to the all the way back for a touchdown.
Peterson pulls it away. Good looking kick. That one will bounce to the 15-yard line.
That's in the end zone.
USC's punt over into the end zone.
Great punt, and obviously smart on the part of Vermillion to let the ball roll into the end zone, because if you don't, you're going to have the ball. You're going to have about 95 yards to go instead of 80. But in this case, they'll have 80 yards to go and a minute 43 to do it.
Takes the snap. He's going to roll out to his right. Fires across the middle. The pass is at the 52-yard line. He was able to fire.
And pass is good.
Shot at the
Great play.
32-yard line, first and 10.
12, yep.
Snap taken by Hurd. He drops back. Passing time on his back. To his right. He'll fire this one across the middle.
Oh, dangerous.
Pass is incomplete. Brings up second and 10.
Well, Hurd is running, again, unfortunately, Vermillion's offensive line not doing a great job on giving him any protection. He has had to run an awful lot and try to make throws while on the run, and that's usually a sign of disaster. But in this particular case, with 1:27 to go, there's still an opportunity.
Second and 10. Vermilion with the ball at the 132. Pressure coming. Hurd dumps it off to the screen.
Pass is incomplete.
I'll tell you what, if Zanoni catches that ball, he's got some real estate because he had two blockers in front of him. That was almost a designed middle screen, I think, Bull, because the way that the offensive linemen let go of their blocks, I almost got to believe that that was designed. There's no reason that three guys should have been in the backfield that fast. I know that the Firelands D-line has done a nice job tonight, but I don't know if they've done that nice of a job.
Receiver look. Hurd will get the stop and he drops back. He airs this one up. He got the other side looking for
Out of bounds.
No call. Fourth down.
Well, and here we go. 4th and 10 from the 32. This is your ball game with 1:16 to go. I'll tell you what, that was a design stop and go right there, all the way. And if you don't think File's getting this ball right here, or going to try to get this ball thrown to him, then you haven't watched much of this game, because that is Hurd's guy all night long. Jonah File, and he will go up and get it. If I'm Firelands, I'm going to not only slide a safety over, but I'm going to put two guys on File right out of the box. File is right down here to our near side. Timeout.
Timeout, Firelands.
Well, it's
Push, timeout,
down there on the sidelines. Fred will settle down to you. What are you seeing down there on the sidelines?
Big shout out to the Falcons Nation, Falcons student section tonight. Great job.
Yeah, without question, Payne, of course, all did. Touchdown pass from earlier in the terrific like you said, might have made it up for the
for a moment that he could run with it, and obviously he could not, and that was great, again, defense by Firelands. They've done it pretty much all night, and they're going to escape out of here undefeated, as they are going to win this ball game unless something crazy happens.
Falcons taking the lead.
Take the final 60 seconds on the clock. A resilient effort, though.
Fun ball game. Great ball game.
How about those Falcons?
Yep. Wow.
That was Trevor Boyd who tried to knock that ball.
Well, why not?
That is bullshit! Come on!
The Firelands fans don't like it, but I mean, they're not calling anything on it, so they obviously don't feel it's an illegal play. Yeah, I tried something like that. I've seen that a few times in my life, but
They'll take one more step, take one more knee, and that will do it.
With no time on the clock, the official score, Firelands 21, Salem 14. For the fourth year in a row, the Firelands Falcons defeat the Vermilion City.
yeah, and again, last year this was a 21-3 game. You got to believe tonight the Vermillion had a little bit of chip on their shoulders, and you know what? Not a bad game at all. Matt Coble and his crew has nothing to be ashamed of. Firelands just a little bit better. I think if you're Coble, what you're upset more than anything about is that you fell behind 21-0. I'm telling you, you go back to that first series of the game when they did not score on after that opening kickoff. That will be something that Coble regrets and his team regrets, because if they could have scored there and gotten some early momentum, they might have been able to do something the rest of the night.
Certainly, if you look at the military,
Yep.
you could really the win out of the Sailors and the crowd here at Firelands if they did that something or even he got a unit for this. It would have done a great deal of damage, especially in the very beginning of the game. Just weren't able to capitalize.
Well, and you look at again, go back to the first half, 136 or 146 in yards, and what did Vermillion end up with? 34 yards of total offense. They just were not able to do anything. Vermillion had 38 yards in the first half, 1 first down. Firelands 144 yards of offense and 9 first downs in that first half. And again, you just look at it, both teams with 1 turnover in the first half, but it's 14-0. I mean, that's a big amount of points to overcome when a defense like Firelands is playing as well as they have been.
All right, well, let's take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll begin the Nick Abraham Audible postgame show. We're dialed into the Cleveland Clinic Gridiron Clash on WEOL.com, Stream 2.
Three.